Yeah, I'm filming back to back because the boys are currently downstairs watching Gravity Falls. Yes, we caved, we got Disney Plus, and I'm adoring Darkwing Duck. You know, tough. So I am up here doing some filming. So you have some videos to watch this week, which would be lovely. Anyway, I kind of want to wave this book in people's general direction. If you haven't heard of this little volume, this is Sarah J. Maas's adult fantasy book, A House of Earth and Blood. This is book 1 in the Crescent City series. No idea how many of these. I'm going to go with possibly 4 or 5 because that seems to be how many houses there are. Yeah, okay, I reckon 4 because there's 4 houses in this world. As you can see, I picked this up on the day it came out. I think I got it the day after because my Waterstones had sold their only copy they had in stock. I had to order it especially. So I started this pretty sharpish, and that is as far as I've got. That is page 68, people. I'm on page 68 of Crescent City. And I don't know if it's the current global mood of the world and the whole virus thing going on. I cannot get into this. This is so frustrating. I don't really care about the character. I don't like her, Bryce. She's awful. She's an awful person. She's just so, personal opinion, obviously. You're allowed to love her if you love her, but, oh, good God. She wouldn't be mates with me, I'll tell you. I'd be far too boring for her. The world building is kind of like, yeah, you hit the ground running and learn about it, which I don't have a problem with. I don't mind learning the world as I read it. But I'm not feeling it. So many people have kind of raved about this book, and I've tried to ignore all the hype, and I'm just going to read it because, you know, it's an adult fantasy story, and I kind of fancy that sort of thing. But I'm getting the feeling it's adult for the sake of being adult at the moment. It's really just like, oh, look, drugs, sex, and murder, and grossness. And it's just like, do we really need that? Do we need that for this plot? I know I'm only 68 pages in and I shouldn't be judging already, but my God, I'm just not getting on with it. So what I've done, well, I've had to because I can't face reading this at the moment. I've put this to one side, and it's affected everything else I was going to read this month because this was supposed to have been read. I was supposed to have read Caliban's War. I was supposed to have read The Black Lung Captain, and I haven't. And I haven't read the Fairy Loot book. I missed the readathon because I was trying to get through this blasted thing. And it's really put me into a I don't want to read anything mode. So I've been reading my Buffy graphic novels from the early 2000s. Thank you, Dark Horse. Because they're quick, they're easy, and it's a bit of nostalgia. I'm quite liking them. But trying to actually pick up another book to read, I'm struggling so much. I don't know if it's this screaming at me saying, read me, read me. I'm going to make you feel guilty until you finish me. I don't know, but I tell you, if books could talk, this one would be spitting blood at me for putting it down because I don't think it's happy with being ignored, to be honest. I think it's one of those books that actually demands to be read, and I don't want to right now. There we go. I know I'm not the only person to be feeling this about Crescent City. I know it's got its massive fans. There are people out there who are loving it, and that's great, and I hope I will finally finish reading it, because it is a gorgeous book. But I'm also aware there are other people out there who have issues with it, who are not loving it as much as they thought they would, who are so over the Sarah J. Maas hype. You know, they're out there. I know I'm not alone. But I was kind of hoping I'd read this one a bit quicker than I am. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that has kind of put me in a bit of a I don't want to read guilt mode. I don't think it's helping that I was kind of hoping to read lots of books now that I'm not having to spend all my time travelling to work and back. Unfortunately, being stuck in the house means I kind of end up tidying up and doing housework and helping the boys with their schoolwork. And so my time is just disappearing from under my feet. And then I do my own work hours, but I have to wait for the big computer because I can do my stuff on the big computer a lot easier than I could do it on the iPad. And so I'm kind of constantly in limbo at the moment and never quite settled down enough to do some reading, which is so frustrating because being trapped in the house should be an ideal time for lots of reading, and it's just not happening. And it's infuriating. So anyway, I have read The Diary of a Bookseller, which is by Sean Blethell, I think is how you pronounce his name. And it's basically a year's diary entries from the biggest secondhand bookshop in Wigtown in Scotland. And it was okay. It was definitely diary entries, but I found reading about the background of book selling, particularly the secondhand market, and how Amazon, which at the time is like this big monster, kind of taking over and almost destroying the secondhand book market, and seeing a bookseller's point of view and general acceptance, but also fighting against it as well. That was really interesting. So the Diary of a Bookseller, I have managed to finish and read. So hopefully that'll kickstart me to read some of the other books that I've got down on the sofa there at the moment. Like The Shadows Between Us, The Midnight Lie, Haven Fall, The Binding. I have so many books that I have got at the moment. I've got books from the e-library that the school has just set up. So I've got The Orphan's Wish, I think it's called, on there, which I'm really not feeling it. And then I've got obviously my Buffett graphic novels I'm reading. I've got another library book. Oh, I've got High Fire, haven't I? Is it High Fire by Ian Koffler? Is it Ian or Chris? I can't remember which one it is. Anyway, the new one, the new adult one by one of those authors. I can't remember which author it is either. And the book's downstairs. So there we go. So I've got that to read as well. And then obviously I've got all the books on here that I haven't read yet that I want to read. So I have plenty to read. And hopefully, having now got through a book, that will give me the kick to actually get through another book, another book, another book. Fingers crossed, people. That'd be nice. I know I'm not the only one struggling with reading at the moment. Certainly external news and situations are having a big effect on people's lives at the moment, and it is stopping us doing those things we love. I think possibly I have allowed it to enter my life a little bit too much, and I need to kind of push it away and say, right, fine, I'm doing what I can now, I'm doing what I've been asked to do. I'm now going to do all the things that I love doing to keep me sane and keep my family sane, because if I lose it, they're going to suffer. So the plan is now to do those things that I enjoy, to try and move away from worrying about what's going on in the outside world that I can't control. You know, I'm doing my bit to help control it. That's it. I need to take a step back now and say, right, I need to do what's good for me, because I've done my bit. And I think if that helps you in any way to get your head around what's currently going on, to actually accept you're doing what you can, that's all you can do, and that's enough. You know, just staying at home, keep your social distancing, washing your hands, you know, not panic buying, all those things help control this situation that we feel very powerless to control. Hopefully, if that helps you accept that you're doing your bit, that you're helping control it, that might give you, like it's possibly done for me, that flexibility to say, right, I can now do the things that I like doing, that I want to do. And if that's reading, sewing, binge watching Netflix or Disney Plus, which I certainly will be doing very shortly, then you can go ahead and do it. You've done your bit. Now look after you. And I think we need to keep telling ourselves this as well. I mean, as my husband and I have been talking about it quite a bit, can't think why, and it's kind of understanding that we need to find things that we like doing. For him, it's his board games. For me, it's reading. For him, it's reading. For my kids, it's watching Gravity Falls and playing Lego. And, you know, trying to have some sense of us in this world that has literally gone mad. You know, this is something none of us have ever experienced. And I think we need to reach out to each other, which we're doing in the local community, we're doing on social media. And I think it's absolutely amazing that I'm seeing all these book videos come out, you know, all these booktubers suddenly putting all this content up on there, and I can sit and watch it all. And I think we need to be sharing all that and supporting each other with the things that we love, just to keep ourselves happy and going, and the reassurance that this will be okay, that there will be an end to it. We don't know when, but there will be, you know. I read a lovely quote on Twitter, and it said, at the moment we're not fine, but afterwards we will be fine. And I think we need to remember that and not let the not fine get in the way of what we do love doing. That turned into a really rambly video, but I think I just wanted to get that out. I wanted to say that it's okay, we'll be all right. Do the things that make you happy. So in that vein, there is a link to a small booktuber in the description box down below. Please check out all my social media links. If you want to follow me, if you want to chat, if you want to direct message me, anything about books related, or just, you know, your general feelings on reading at the moment, I would be very happy to receive those messages and comments, and I will respond, and we can have this lovely chat about books if you want. That's fine with me. And if you don't want to, that's also fine. You know, there's no pressure at all. I don't do pressure. It makes me look ugly. Social media links in the box down below, as is my book blog. Please go and check out lots of other people's book blogs. Go and check out booktube videos left, right and centre. Go and binge watch all the shows you want to watch. Go and not feel guilty for sitting down and reading for half an hour. Go and do it, because you need to. Go and do it. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and happy reading. Bye.